Right, it is the R.S.B, the Real Sports Brothers, coming at you tonight with episode 21. Say it with your chest. We got the AFC and the NFC championship games going down. The Broncos and the Pats, they both are expressing something. The Broncos are in definitely position to have to win this as a team. And the Seahawks and the Rams part three coming up. We will also look at KU needing to keep on the roll they have been going. They've got two rated teams in the Big 12 higher than them, BYU and Texas Tech. But first off, we're going to start off side with you. Like I said, we got the Broncos going against the Pats. As everybody know, Stiddy's back. He is food for a little thought. He is a 60% QB who is a 50-50 guy. He's got 8 touchdowns, 8 picks in his career. I didn't go over the win losses because they really don't matter. What chance do you give the Broncos with him under the helm tonight?
I give them a 70% chance to win this game.
Wow. All right. All right.
Yep.
Monty,
And I don't
hey,
know
you're
why.
all right. Monty looked as shocked as me.
I don't know why. It's Sean Payton. I've been saying it. Sean Payton got something cooking, regardless of he probably had him prepared just like he had what's his name prepared for the end of the season. For some reason, I think he had him prepared just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it also goes to New England turning the ball over, the way they turn the ball over. I just think Houston didn't have an offense to capitalize on the turnovers. I think Denver um, has a better offensive coaching staff that could score some points. You know what I mean?
That is a good point going to that. I was looking at that, and he has taken 10 sacks in the 2 games. That's 5 sacks per. Going with that, that leads directly to turnovers. Go ahead.
And if you're taking that many sacks, what's the worst team to play against right now?
Yeah.
Right? In Denver. So they're super aggressive. Um, don't they lead the league in sacks, or was that Houston? I think Denver.
I think Denver ended up getting it, but I'm
Yeah,
I'm not positive. I know it doesn't matter. Bottom line is they had like 60 or something. They
right.
had they had a,
So
they had a whole lot.
and they had home cooking last week, not this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these were the two teams in the AFC that I was kind of
68.
conflicted on all year. These were the two teams, and now they got to meet up.
Yeah.
And I think I trust Sean Payton more than I trust New England's coaching staff for now. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Um, it wouldn't shock me if New England won. I just got a feeling that Denver's gonna pull it out.
Cool. Monty, go ahead.
I give the Broncos about a 35% chance to win the game.
So it's a complete flip. He's got 70% New England. Go ahead.
I think at the end of the day, yes, they are going to have a better offensive game plan, but at the end of the day, you're going in to a AFC Championship game with your backup quarterback. I don't I don't think it really matters how prepared he had Jared Stidham. He's never played in a game like this in a moment like this. And you can say the same for Drake May. He's young. This is first time in a game
I
like this.
said that quick.
But also have Mike Vrabel over there coaching them. And I just don't see a way that the Broncos, yes, their defense is it's inevitable. It's one of the best defenses in the league. They're gonna get after Drake May, like you said. He's taken 10 sacks in the last few games. Um, but with that being said, your offense does have to capitalize on that, and I don't think these little checkdowns that they're gonna have him throwing just to get him in a rhythm early in the game. I don't think that's really gonna matter versus the Patriots because yes, yes, you got to get that quarterback in the rhythm, but I just don't see how going into an AFC championship, your backup quarterback and your defense just getting beat up by, yes, you got beat up by Josh Allen, but that defense gave up a whole bunch of yards. And I think Drake May can do that same thing. But on the flip side, Denver doesn't have Bo Nix to come out and get their offense moving. So that's why I think that the Patriots are going to take this one.
I agree. But I'm stuck in the middle with both points. I lean towards you, Amani, in the saying that the Patriots will win this game. But I lean into where you say, Cy, that if the upset does come in the sense that I want the Pats to win, I think it will be the turnovers. I think it will be Drake May extending the ball, taking sacks, fumbling the ball. I do think that's that, in essence, aside from, obviously anyway the game can swing, but I think that will be the name of the game. If the Patriots win this game, they get to run their total offense. They haven't really held back. He's throwing for about 225 a game, which is only a 25-yard difference in essence from where he was in the regular season. His completion percentage is way down at 59 from 72 during the regular season. Excuse me. But he did take a lot of sacks during the regular season. The running game isn't down a lot. Trayvon's average is down in his 21 carries, but Ramondre's is fine. And main thing is we know with him, he hasn't fumbled yet. So I think the recipe with the Patriots is easier to cook up than it's going to be for the Broncos with Stiddy. I don't think that he's as mobile, and he's definitely not as mobile and as physical when Drake May can do it. And so I think that's what it is. But I also do agree with your assessment in this. Like I said, if the turnovers come, the play style does fit Denver better. So
Yeah,
um,
if this is a turnover free game, it's, New England will it's
should
winning this
win,
game. You
might
know what I'm
win going
saying?
away. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Also, so running over, and we're gonna switch it. Monty, you'll go first. Rams Seahawks. This is part three. By the way, both these games have been, I think, decided by three total points. If not, it's four. But
Three.
neither one of these games they got away from it. What you looking at, Amani?
So whoever wins this game is going to go on and win the Super Bowl.
I
I
agree.
think that. With that being said, I think the Seahawks take this game. Matthew Stafford hasn't been playing as well as he played earlier on in the regular season. He's been turning the ball over a little bit more, and you can just see kind of that age kind of catching up to him, and his decision making hasn't been kind of the best as it was earlier in the season. And you can't really just rely on Puka, Devontae Adams versus the Seahawks defense because
Question. I have questioned on your take in that and the turnover scene. We don't give anything to the weather in that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say if this was a younger quarterback, I'm gonna say yes. But this being a seasoned veteran, I'm not gonna hear weather as an excuse anymore. There's
Okay, okay.
to do and prepare for as a quarterback who's played in the league as long as Matthew Stafford. And I don't think weather is something that you can give to him anymore. And that Seahawks defense, man, it's something. It's something what they've been cooking up over there. I just think, like you said, with the weather, and I just don't see a way that Matthew Stafford playing the way he has been playing recently can 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 will his team versus that physical defense. That defense, man. And then with Charbonnet going down, they're gonna have Kenneth Walker kind of show why he should have been the number one running back in Seattle. He's not gonna have to split carries. That's not a knock on Zach Charbonnet. He's been great, but I think we've all seen what Kenneth Walker can do in the past before Charbonnet can get there. And there are some questions on why he was splitting carries with them. And I think Kenneth Walker is going to come out with his hair on fire and show that he is the number one running back in Seattle. And I think he's going to be a big part of why this offense gets going and how they end up winning this game.
All right, side.
Okay, first off, he age shaming, right? He talking about how old guy can't do it. Okay. So I saw him go to Chicago, which we haven't spoken since that game, Chicago and the Rams last week, right?
Yes,
That great. That game was awesome.
Mm.
it
Um,
was. It
but
was.
they
It
went out
was.
there in that weather, which is the worst weather they'll see, and I was shocked how good they played in that weather. And Caleb was playing like Mahomes in his second year. It was like, man, you can't put this dude down. He backing up and throwing it 40 yards down the field for touchdowns. I just thought they had that game. So for the Rams to win that, they can beat Seattle, right?
Mhm.
I think Puka, what did he go for against the Seahawks last game?
Not
Like
much. Oh, the regular season.
he had like 220, right?
I'd have to double check. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll check it.
they have a they have a Puka problem, right? Um, they have a big Puka problem, and I think he's the guy. He's going
225
to he had 225.
and two tutties.
And so when I was watching that game last week, the 49ers were a mess, throwing the ball all over the field. That first quarter, they were fumbling, they were giving up special teams. But when I was watching the game, there were plays to be made that they just missed because the talent, they just didn't have the personnel to do it, right?
Mhm.
The backup tight end, he was making plays and then getting stripped, but the plays were there to be made. The Rams have two tight ends who won't make those same mistakes. They have two running backs, and then they have the receivers that San Fran couldn't put out there, right? They also have the quarterback that San
Yeah,
Fran couldn't put out there.
yeah.
I feel like I feel like the Rams can come out and jump on Seattle early, put the pressure on the quarterback on Darnold, and change the way this game will be. That's kind of how I see it going. And then I think they're going to have a big Puka problem again. I think they're going to run screens. They're going to run goes. They're going to use him for everything. And I think the Rams get this by 10.
Cool. All right. Once again, I am split. I do definitely understand your take, Amani. Turns out I'm a Kenneth Walker hater. I do like Kenneth Walker's game. I don't like Kenneth Walker's body pause. I don't think that he's going to be able to hold up in this game. I think that's the last 2 years why they have been looking at Charbonnet because Kenneth Walker. It's more like Fred Taylor though. It's I assume he gets hurt more, but when I actually look at it, he doesn't actually miss a lot of games. He just seems like he's banged up all the time. And
Yeah,
so for me, I think he does need a sip of water. I do think that Kyron Williams is a little better, but he's got Blake Corum right in his pocket. And so I think I just think with the redundancy of what they can do, with like Sai said, you got Puka, you got Devontae, you got Parkinson, Higby, you got Whittington, you got Mumfield, you still got the backs that he can flare to. Um, I think that's going to be the edge. I'm also stuck with you in the sense of this game goes the other way. It is going to be because of Seattle's defense being able to mute those some of those weapons a little bit. The Rams defense, as we said, has been a good team, bad team type of defense. Meaning, against a bad team, the Rams defense looks good, and against a good team, the Rams defense does looks bad. And I have a problem with that. So that's where I definitely see that more holes can be poked in my tire in your Seahawks take. So I am with Cy on this one, but I will say that your take does make me extremely nervous because I believe in your points, and your points are going to hold a little more water than me just not liking Kenneth Walker because he's not actually hurt. So
well, that's
yeah,
why they use Charbonnet for all the short yardage stuff because Kenneth Walker, they want him in more of a versatile offense. When it's just, hey man, we need some small yardage, we got to go with Charbonnet because he won't get hurt. You know what I mean? The defense
yeah,
knows it's a run play.
a little
It's
bigger dude.
and you know what I mean. Kenneth Walker will get banged up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I where you guys are coming with for that, but we're also not talking about the biggest weapon that Seattle has in JSN. So as much as Kenneth Walker could have a big game like I think he's gonna have, even if he doesn't, they have to stop JSN, who had a breakout season. There's not one team that looked like they could stop it. And the same thing with Puka.
yeah,
Yeah,
Puka had a big game the last time these teams played. Seattle turned the ball over, I think, more than 2 times that game, and they still ended up winning the game.
yeah,
So if they don't turn the ball over and say they don't stop Puka, they still won last time that happened.
yeah,
So if they
yeah,
don't turn the ball over as much as they did last time, and if Kenneth Walker comes out and has the game that I think he can have, because this is kind of a prove it game for him. Like
yeah,
you guys like you guys say, they don't go to him in short yardage. He looks banged up, even though he might not be. This is kind of his prove it game, and this is one of the biggest games he's going to play in. So I just think as someone who kind of has played the game and knows kind of the big moments like that, and when you're on a prove it situation, you kind of come out with your hair on fire. And I think Kenneth Walker will kind of come out and do that. And even if he doesn't have the game, I'm saying we still haven't even factored in JSN yet. So
Yeah,
that's why dogs.
yeah,
And the
and
special teams, if their special teams
Mm,
come out and play like they did against San Fran, that'll help too. You know what
yeah,
I
and
mean?
they didn't force it to him last game either. They threw the Cooper Cup. They tried different ways before. They weren't going to force it down. They weren't going to let um um the quarterback Darnold go under too much duress. Under it's like, hey, look, we already know how they're going to cover him. If we can find our spots, we will, but we won't force it. We'll like I said, you will use the running game, and they do have Jones I think it's Victor Jones as another back that they're bringing in there. So.
mm.
All
Plus,
right. So yeah, we got it on the docket. Everybody's checked in for their deals. I like you see that? Hey, Si, you see him defending his take? You know,
Yeah.
he suddenly had two takes on that game because we was against him. He doubled down and he threw the scoreboard as a dude who played the game. Hey, he can officially do that. I love that in you, son. Every chance you get, let people know. Well, I mean, I played college ball. So wherever you stopped at in high school with your homies, son, it ain't the same. All right, all right. So
Okay, so
jumping
he
over.
hold on. He's got New England. He's got New England and Seattle, right?
mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Jumping over to KU. Like I said, coming up here, we got BYU and their super freshman AJ Bunsa. Um, and also they've got another senior. You're gonna love that. Saikiba Kita. This dude, this dude is, I mean, he is all rocks and chains.
Yeah.
He looks like Ben Wallace, except for I think a little more beefy. Big dude. So
He. Yeah.
they have a big three, and then it's just they do have other players that come in. So for the false depth, but they primarily it's the freshman, and he's got two shooters, and Richie Saunders and Robert Wright the third, who get 19 and 18 respectively, and both are 40% and 44% 3-point shooters. So after that, it goes down to just 7 points. Like I said, Keita comes in thugging it up with 7 points and 8 rebounds, and then you get 7 points again with somebody else. So I look at this a good matchup on paper for KU in the sense of the scoring, even with the freshmen out. Um, yeah, it'll be rough and tough. This will lead right what we talked about as far as depth with the big man. You got two big men that they can throw at him, and you got one of them's rough and tough. He's a big dude, so if they're able to get some foul trouble, it might be tough. Sai, what do you think about this BYU game?
I think it'll be tough because BYU has a little bit of everything. That Richie Saunders, man, that 3-point shooting is really good. It
Yeah,
was last year was crazy. This year is really good.
yeah,
Now we say they have the bigs, but you can consider AJ. He's a wing, but he's bigger than a lot of the guys KU have that can guard him.
yeah. He's six
So
nine.
he's like a third big almost, an athletic wing big. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, these are the games that these are the games KU needs. I don't expect them to win either one of these games with
I, I I
BYU.
I got one caveat to throw out there for you.
Uh-huh.
BYU's about to play Arizona on Monday.
They, they play them tomorrow at 8. So um
Does that help
and
KU?
well, KU plays. Who do they play Tuesday? They play Texas.
They no, they're off to the 31st. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
We get to sit until we play BYU.
that does help them because you got your star players ankle is bad, right?
Yep.
That helps them a little bit. It gives them a week to prepare just for this one opponent. Um, it's a home game, right?
Yes.
And so BYU they're playing number one tomorrow, so that's the big thing on their week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's there. You know what I mean? If you can prepare yourself and be ready, it's there. But if you lose it, they're gonna be like, "Well, you wasn't even our focus this week."
Yeah.
I just feel like they're a bad matchup for KU. Now it's good that it's home. but I just feel like they're a bad matchup because they shoot the three so well. It's even more than the size. They just shoot the three so well. And when you have to push out to guard that, when you got a 6'9" wing and you can open the floor for him because you got shooters on the corners, that's a major problem. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'm telling you and yes, it is it's the two big men. I'm not afraid of the shooters because I think our guys are scrappy enough because they're 6'5", and I think they're 6'5" and 6'1" as far as the other two guys. So it's not the size. It's like you said, it's the size and the bigs that we match up with. Um um but Dinga's not necessarily he if you match him up against a freshman, we're completely screwed. And I think the way that Hiller, the way he's going to do, I think he's screwed against Kiba. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll get beat up. I think I'd rather Bedinga deal with his size because he's not going anywhere. He can just play volleyball style defense, and hopefully, dude doesn't. If you take some offensive fouls, you take some offensive fouls. But I'd rather him bang with him and have Tiller deal with um deal with the freshman
But
because
you can't let Flory get in foul trouble. Him trying to guard him down there, he's gonna get in foul trouble, and then that's the worst scenario. They're gonna
Tiller.
they no Flory will get in foul trouble. I think if you're there, I think KU. This is what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna try to use their guards and their wings to dig down and double. Right,
Yeah.
that's where the 3-point shooting will come into play. And
Yes.
then if they make a few of them, then you're gonna have to respect it and come back out.
Yeah.
Now you're left with playing 1-0. I just think it's a bad matchup regardless. Because if you dig down and help, they're lights out from three, and you don't want them out there just getting wide open shots because you could blow the game open. So
I
now
only
you
want
push
to.
back out.
I really only want to help with the freshmen though. I don't want to. I don't want to help. I want to help. I don't want to help out on Kiba because pretty much I think it's going to be an offensive rebound game for him. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
you can dump. I don't think he can work. I think he's not a dude you can dump the ball into and then let him get grolic. I think he'll just get in offensive fouls and like you said, I think he would give into the turnover game. I think now if they doubled on the freshman, I think that's a problem. But I think I'd have to look at some more of their tape. But I bet he's more of a free throw line where he gets the ball type of guy, so he can operate and be quick. But I haven't seen him two times to tell you that.
Who? AJ?
Yes,
He'll bring it up. He'll get it at the
that's what I'm
three.
saying. So if he plays more of your guard forward type of deal, I don't- to me you can team guard like you're saying you can team guard him as far as like if it's in man and you have Heller on or Tiller on him, I think you can kind of just keep it. Hey man, just keep a step back. Don't try to dig in and get crossed over, and then that opens up the defense. You know what I mean? I
Oh, you want Tiller on him?
Yeah, I don't. Who would you put on him?
I think you have to put Floyd.
I think you got to put Flory on him too. I don't. Tiller can't move with him.
I think if you put Bedinga out here, I think he's going to get in foul trouble fast. I just
That's hey.
I
That's why.
understand what you're saying as far as the best. Yes, the best chance you have of holding him man on because they're playing man is with Bedinga. Yes, over Tiller. But as far as what will actually work, Bedinga's going to get in foul trouble.
Yeah,
You
and
know
he's
it.
he's as big as Badinga also, so he can still kind of go through that contact too. That's why I say I think it's just a matchup problem.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah. Because
KU's
either.
gonna have to hit threes. They got to hit their threes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like I said, basically, it's got to me, the edge is going to be almost, we have to say, if Peterson plays. Because without Peterson, you're going to be one gun short. Because even if Badinga scores, remember, it's not like he's got moves either. He's going to get him the hard way, which means he's going to have a volume game, which ain't really his game. So his numbers are just going to be justified with what the other two big men get. So
Hmm.
you that means wider council have to go crazy. And you can't necessarily count on that because, like you said, nobody has to be doubled anywhere. If Peterson doesn't play, nobody needs extra attention.
Right. Yeah. True. They got to have a team effort. They got to hit three. They got to hit threes, bro. They
Yeah.
have got threes.
And with Texas Tech for me, and then I'll get to you, Amani. I think that's even. I think that's would might be even a blowout because they go five deep with double digits. They are a veteran team. They have one freshman coming off the bench that's key, and he gets them about 12 points a game. So I think with Texas Tech, who is BYU's 13, Texas Tech is number 12. They're 16-4. I said TJ Toppin is a double double guy for them. Christian Anderson gets 20 points a game after that. So they got two 20-point scores. Lawan Watson gets 13. Donovan Atwell gives you 12. And the freshman, Jalen Petty, excuse me, not 12 points a game. He gets you 9. And after that, they pretty much are one of those teams without a lot of depth. I do have Tyree Bryan playing 20 minutes a game, but he's giving me 5 points, which means he's a breather guy. He's shooting, he does shoot for actually he's shooting 36 from the field and 30% from three. So back to what you said, Cy, also before you go, Monty, it is another team that's Paul spreads you out. You got two 40% shooters in those starters in Anderson and Atwell, and Petty shoots it at 38%, and Lawan Watts at 35%. And we played them February 2nd in Texas Tech. Monty, what do you think about these two next upcoming game for KU?
I agree with Sai. I think BYU, it's just a matchup problem. Um, I think you have to put Flory on AJ, and if that happens, I can see him getting in foul trouble. And then with him out of the lineup, then you got to put Tiller on him, and you need help. Then he can kick it with shooters. I just think it's a really bad matchup for KU. Um, AJ also had a big game last game. I think he scored in the 40s versus Utah. Got to the free throw line. I think he knocked down 4 threes. So it just really depends because he does have to go against Arizona. So if he comes out and has another good versus Arizona and he starts getting on a heater, that just makes it even worse for KU. Now with Texas Tech, um, I like the Texas Tech game a little bit more, but I'm still not 100% sure. I watched the second half of the KU State game without Peterson, and K State hasn't been best, especially in the Big 12 play. Came out versus KU, had a good first half, but then the second half, KU kind of late in that game kind of ran away with it. They just overwhelmed them, and they played some really good team ball. And so with the BYU game, I just think it's a bad matchup. I think it's going to be a rough game for KU. Texas Tech, I give them a little bit more of a chance, but I I I don't know. With Peterson back, we'll see. It's kind of a we'll see game with Texas Tech. I don't think it's going to be as bad as BYU. I think that game could be a little bit closer, just based on how KU played without Peterson. If they keep that up and play that well with them against a better team, then I think we can have a close game versus Texas Tech. But this BYU game, I have a feeling it's going to be rough.
Yeah,
The
and he
the
did.
Texas Tech game is on the road.
Yes, Texas Tech is at Texas Tech.
That's gonna be a blowout, I think, bro.
Yeah, and you're right, Monty. He had 43 points on 4 or 5 from three, 9 from 10 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. So yeah, he was hooping. He was hooping.
Texas Tech is better than BYU,
I think so. I think they are too because of depth.
and they've already beat Duke and Houston, bro. That's the two best wins of the season for anybody.
Yeah,
I I just think the matchup, they are a better team, but I just don't think we have anybody that can match up with AJ. I think he's a special kind of player.
Right. I
yeah,
just think if it was flipped, it's because KU gets BYU at home and
Mm,
they go Tech. That's
yeah,
you know that was KU's first road win was last week in the last year, right?
yeah.
So they struggle on the road.
yeah, yeah.
So cool, cool. All right. Well, next week we will jump back into and give a little pre Super Bowl talk. Go ahead and we'll give our man. That's crazy. Who acts like that? I'm saying, I'm saying it's like you don't even know what you're doing now. No, I don't. Anyway, yeah, so we'll give our Super Bowl predictions. We will give some NBA discussion on the standings, especially Boston's ascension. Si's mad about his Knicks against playing him, but as you know, it's a drama led team. That's what they do. And we'll see what else is going on after then. Like I said, we will have KU playing by then. So we'll have some things to discuss and we'll see what else goes on. Oh, yeah, and the coaches in the NFL, what's going on there too. So we will have all that and more on the next Real Sports Brothers. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody got anything going on this week?
Just going to watch some high school ball. Hey, B enemy's back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In that picture, he was looking extra fat with cheese. No disrespect, no body shaming. I'm not skinny. I'm just saying he looked very heavy. Ask his doctors if his doctor say he's fine, well then I take everything back. If his doctor say it's a problem, well he was looking fat. That's all it is to it.
Yep. But yeah, nothing else going on this week. Nope.
All right, everybody staying safe.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we will see. It's been a great show, and we'll see everybody next week. Until then, it's been the RSB signing out. Holla, holla.